Hey, can someone repost that on the chats, please?
Yeah, Isaiah. I'm on my computer. I can do it right quick.
No, I can do it.
Okay. Yay, team.
Is it on the sim one too or no?
Yeah. Yeah. There we go. Good. Okay, I'm in.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 6, season 6. A lot of sixes, but we're not from Toronto.
Six.
All right, with us here today, we got Coach Lion,
What's up? What's up?
and we have the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Isaiah Manning.
Yo, gang.
So let's get right into it. This episode is going to be about a whole bunch of everything and a whole bunch of nothing. As you see Coach Lion over there getting ready, taking the sip. All right, so we're going to be breaking down the entire draft for the first round, pick by pick, basically saying if it was a good draft or not. All three of us are going to get our take on it, and then we'll move over to the draft grades that everybody got. And it'll be surprising that you're about to see a couple of people all the way towards the bottom, so stay tuned for that. But right off rip, our league writer, you're going to kick it off. What's your thoughts on the first overall pick?
I think this is a very smart pick for the Dolphins. I got rumors. There was rumors that a lot of teams were trying to trade up to get number 1 to draft Zachariah Branch. The Dolphins did trade Tyreek Hill to the Bucks to get pick 3, so they did need another receiver. And I think Zachariah Branch is obviously a franchise receiver. His speed is up there. He's going to be a great playmaker, and help JJ McCarthy out. So I give that an A+.
All right, Coach Lion.
Once he traded Tyreek, you already knew that was gonna happen. I think before he even announced it in the draft party, I already said it. I said it got to be Branch. I knew it was gonna be Branch or it was gonna be an old lineman. So it was smart. Like I said, I like it. I like the pick. Everybody know I got mixed feelings. I would have went somebody else, but I like the pick for him.
Yeah, he's a star receiver. So, I mean, going number 1, that's usually goes for a quarterback. But for them to go get somebody that they actually needed, that was the fastest receiver, even though he's what? I think he's 5'11".
I'm looking at it now. Yes.
He lost both of his
My fault.
he lost both of his speed receivers, so this made perfect sense. Going on to number 2, D'Angelo Wallace, cornerback, Colts. What's your take on that?
I like this. I like this pick too. If you looked at their needs, they needed a cornerback. At the beginning of the season, everyone was talking about mock drafts had like Desmond Rick. But D'Angelo Wallace, his speed is there. In my opinion, he's right up there with the rest of the cornerbacks. And I like this pick from the Raiders, and I'm giving this a A+ too.
All right, Coach.
It's grown on me. He needed a corner, but I would have went somewhere else. But I understand why he went to D'Angelo Waller. I would have went when we did the best fit pick. Y'all see why I would have went with Thomas Cummins. I thought he was the best corner in my opinion. But no, I'm not mad at that pick. It's a good pick.
Yeah, I think he had a better shot with Cummings being 6'3". But hey, he had his eyes set on Wallace. So hopefully 78 overall can get up to like an 84 by week 5. Miami taking that offensive tackle that we knew he was going to take because he had a lot of issues with his O-line blocking. Colts, take.
As you said, he needed help on the O-line. So drafting him, another great pick by the Dolphins. I'm giving that A+ too.
Coach?
Nah, that was a great pick. You know, that was one of the things. Like you see us doing our breakdowns. That was one of the needs. He needed that. Like he's a really. If you play in the sim league, you'll see he got an offense, but he got to have time for it to get set up. And I think him work on that line. I don't know what too much he did for agency, but that was a good pick in my opinion.
Yeah, that was a pretty good one. He got himself a good tackle that's going to be able to cover for JJ, no longer having to run for his life. Star development, so that's pretty dope. Next person the Giants took was Manny Young, middle linebacker. What's your guys' thoughts on a middle linebacker going top 4?
This is weird to me because he said that he already had his draft board set up.
Yeah,
So
I think
kind of implied that he actually had him favored it. So I'm not really liking this pick just because of the rest of the talent that was in the draft. I don't think he needed a cornerback. Like his secondary is pretty good. But if you could take someone else other than a linebacker, that probably would have fell all the way down to, I don't know how far he would have fell, but I'm not
third round.
Yeah, probably, honestly. So I'm gonna have to give this I'm just gonna give him the benefit of doubt, but I'm gonna give this a C-.
Coach?
I ain't like it. I think one episode we'll do an episode on how to set your draft board. I think what happened was he favored, but you know when you got to go actually to your favorites on your draft board, and you got to move people, you got to move them where they're at. I think this was probably the first one he hit, and that what happened because you look at his measurables, the 6'3", that's cool, but the speed, you know, well, his 88 speed, you know, like I say, he ain't bad, but I would have went after one of the other linebackers. I was gonna draft a linebacker that high. Like I would have went. I don't know, like them backers going that high, but you got to draft your need. You know what I'm saying? So I can't really knock it, but I didn't think this was his need. Did that make sense? That's probably what I'm saying. Like it was a need for him.
Yeah,
I would have waited.
Yeah, this was a flat out bust. You can see drafted Dove, normal. I think he had a better shot at getting Anthony Hill Jr. That would have made more sense, move him over to middle. But
Yeah, I would not have been mad.
for Manny, that's a wasted number 4 pick. Moving on to the 5th ranked team. Tell us how you landed Arch Manning, bro.
All right. So first, I mean, the teams that was ahead of me, they didn't really need a quarterback. Dolphins got JJ. Raiders got KJ, and Giants got CJ. Just kidding, but Giants had Cameron Ward, so they didn't really need a quarterback. But I got the 5th pick by trading Anthony Richardson to the Falcons. But honestly, I didn't. When I made that trade, for some reason, I wasn't sure if I was gonna be able to get Manning, so I had other plans. But if you get Arch Manning dropping down to 5, Are you kidding me, bro? Like, the story is crazy. Like, come on now.
Yeah, that story
Uh,
broke early before the draft even kicked off. I'm like, yo, TMZ, you guys did a print error. What?
they got it. They got him thinking that it's scripted.
Coach, what's your thoughts on this pick?
I told y'all on the draft, the show before we even did the draft. I said one person I don't want to get Arch Manning, and that was him. I didn't want him to get Arch Manning, and I didn't want him to get Dylan Edwards. Them two players I did not want him to get, and we don't mess around and let it happen.
Yeah, it's pretty cool to see the Manning is coming back to the Colts. Superstar Dove, hell of a pick, great quarterback, face of the franchise. No longer have to worry about him having to scramble or and having that on his head. He can actually sit back and pick the defense apart now. So I give it about a season, and this Colts team should be able to compete for the number one overall in the division based off of this pickup. San Fran got pick number 6. They took defensive end Keon Kelly. Your guys' thought?
And this, I mean, the fact that the 49ers have this pick is incredible.
Freaking
I mean,
Bills.
they traded Debo to get this pick. I mean, at the time it wasn't going to be this high, but the Bills kind of fell off towards the end of the season. But I think this is a good pick just because they kind of do need some help on that defensive line. Bosa is obviously Bosa, but other than that, they didn't really have much. Keon Kelly, 21 years old, star dev, 78 overall. We know that this team likes to generate a lot of pressure. So getting a guy like him can definitely help. I'm giving this a A.
Buffalo?
To be honest with you, the trade made sense. I didn't know I was gonna fall off this bad, but like they say, it crashed. But it's a new era in Buffalo. But no, I like it for him. I like Keon. It was somebody I was looking at. It was somebody who I would think about bringing. But like I said, I studied the draft a little bit, and we got our backup for what's it called. So I like to pick it. I give it an A. I thought he was what we say he was either this or get younger in the secondary.
Yep.
And I think he didn't trust what was in this. Like I said, a lot. I'm stopping. Go ahead. I'm gonna get in trouble with you.
I think it was a good pickup by them. If you guys saw the game in the championship round, they weren't getting that much pressure on the quarterback. So I think getting Keon, hopefully by week 7 he'll be dominant. He is a star dove, 78 overall, so we should see him become a force about week 7. Dallas Cowboys, Mr. Defense over here, going for Anthony Hill Jr., linebacker, star dove. Colts, what's your take on this one?
I'm not gonna lie. I think Cowboys is one of the best GMs in this league. We see him have some of the best draft picks year in and year out. I like this pick too. I mean, honestly, this team is already set to make a run this year. So adding Anthony Hill is a great selection. Because their defensive line is nice already. I expect this team to take. I think the team can make the playoffs this year, honestly. And with the new Eagles user, I think that they could possibly win the division because I haven't seen an Eagles user.
Coach?
Like I said, he did good business with me. Me and him made the swap with Josh Allen and Drake. But I think he really didn't need much after that. So he had to improve his defense. Like Coach said, you go look at all the moves he made, it's very calculated. So, shout out to him, salute to him. I like the pick.
Yeah, you hit it right perfect. Dallas is going to win that division next season. Giants is saying that he's going to win it, but the way Dallas has been moving, I think they're trending to win the division finally. Got rid of Washington, his biggest threat. Eagles, another big threat, got replaced. And so Washington, or not, the Giants, we seen what the Dallas did to the Giants, take them out the playoffs that 1 year. So I think this coming season is Dallas's year finally. They got the quarterback in place. They got the defense finally bolstered down. Good linebacker. You guys will see the other draft picks that they made that they're going to be solid on. So I think this was a really good pick for them. Probably convert him to a middle linebacker though. Pick number 8 went to Baltimore. Adepuju Adebore, right end, 21 years old, star, 78 overall. Colts.
I like this pick too. I thought they were going to try to go get a receiver because they definitely do need some help at receiver. But I mean, you can't go wrong getting a right end, help generate pressure. I think we see that. That's a big key this year. Well, in this OGCFM is who can get some pressure. I mean, look at the Titans defense. They can generate some pressure. So that's what you get here. I'm not mad at the pick. I thought they were going to receiver though. I'm going to give this a B.
Coach.
I would tell you this. He know what he's doing. I like the pick. I'm looking at receiver core. I'm really not mad at it. Really not mad at it. I see why people would say he needs to go get a receiver, but I'm not mad at it. We'll see later on, but I'm not mad at it. You actually go look at the Ravens roster, but I think the young guy really knows how to draft. He showed that he really knows how to draft.
Yeah, this pickup was pretty good because I was looking at either Keon Kelly or this defensive end to pick up, but instead we landed at number 9 with Jordan Hall, which was projected to go number 1 overall when they had that pick. So Colts, your take?
I like this team. I mean, wow. The bias has already been. The bias has already came out.
I like this team, guys.
Well, I like this pick. I like this team. I already think this team is already set before this draft. I thought they had the potential to make the playoffs this year. But like I keep saying, pressure is a big deal. I mean, he's a superstar. Well, I like this pick even more. You got Jordan Hall, Quiddy Pay that he got from the Colts, and whatever is left of Vita Vea. So I mean, you got pressure on the defensive line. We already know what they have on the secondary. So this team could be top 10 defense this year, the whole season.
Coach.
So I'll give this
an You gotta put. I mean, like I said, I ain't saying with me and him spend too much. We talk too much now, but he's a good GM. He got the same value. He got the pick that he wanted at 9, and you don't got to pay that dude that money. So it really was a win-win situation for him.
That is crazy.
But I'm just telling you, that's like classic Moneyball or any of them not old, them GM movies you'll watch when they made trades. I forgot what movie. It was a football movie. I forgot the name of it, but the way they drafted who they wanted, but GM was able to come back around and get who actually he wanted later on. So it just, you gotta know what people wants and needs are. And one thing about Outlaw is he studies it. So yeah, he may not do all the winning and stuff like y'all think, but he wills and deals better than anybody. I will tell you that. I have learned a lot. So that was impressive.
Yeah, we basically gave away our first overall pick because I was not going to take a D tackle that high. Get stuck with that contract, no way in hell. So what I did was I was going to pick a cornerback at 9. So I'm like, you know what? Let me get rid of my first round pick get that young corner that's already in the league 1 year or 2 years in. Get him with the 92 speed. I forgot what dev he's got. Let me get him. The guy that I got from Miami.
Oh yeah.
He played in Illinois.
Witherspoon.
Yeah, Witherspoon. So once I got him, I knew I had Jordan Hall locked up because looking at the draft board, we broke it down. I went through all the teams. I'm like, okay, cool. Jordan Hall's still going to be there. Sure enough, 9th pick came, took him. And right now he's just learning. He's going to be the starting 2. As soon as Vita retires, next man up. So that's why Jordan Hall went to Chicago. Buffalo, 10th pick. What's your thoughts on that one, Colts?
I like this pick. Tre'Davious White got traded last year. And let me see. And Michael Hyde, he lost to Dev this year due to his age and overall. So you already have a replacement for him. I mean, you can't knock somebody who takes what they wanted. So I'm gonna give this an
A. Bills.
I think we went this way. One, this was a conversation me and Outlaw had. I could have went 1 or 2 ways, and that's what he was waiting to see I would do. I could have went back to corner. I could have got the Thomas Carmens, which I was thinking about getting, and I was gonna move my safety back to corner. But then I was like, it don't make no sense. I already got height at corner, so I went and got this guy because now I can make him play strong, and then I could put the strong safety I got right now, but not consequence of Bernard. I can move him behind Micah Hyde and just let Micah Hyde go ahead and ride, see how long he don't stay. But if not, we good. So it was just me playing chess right here. That's all. It was just me playing chess. Like even if I want to get rid of one of my other corners, which I can now, really, to be honest with you, and just stay young, I can move him to nickel, or I could get not third. I think I got another corner at 6 in the 6th round. His speed's not there, so I always look at speed. They speed like 88 or something. I just don't change my my cornerback thing. I play off with base, so even if I play nickel, he don't stay in the slot. I don't have to worry about him chasing no fast people right there. That's just what I do. It doesn't make sense sometimes. You just scheme it up.
Yeah, that was a good pickup. I like Bernard. If I had the need for safety, I would have picked him up if he would have landed in my next pick. But he was somebody that was targeted on my board too. So that was a hell of a pick to get that defense stronger. Detroit taking the offensive tackle at pick 11. Colts, your thoughts?
I like this pick just because it's him. If you watch him play, he likes to run the ball. So you help. I think isn't Gibbs the running back?
Yeah, Gibbs.
Yeah, so you help Gibbs out. If you can get 5 yards a pop, I mean he's going to continue to run it if he's getting those type of yards. So you get somebody who can help with that. You make him even more dangerous than he was last year. We saw him almost make the playoff. I like this pick for him. I'm going to give that a B.
Coach?
You look at his team's not bad. I like the pick. You know, he's one of the few people who got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He got 6 star or better linemen. I think he just needs moving around. But I like it, you know. Cause now you use the old guy. You got 2 old guys right there. You got 3 really, and you can use them as trade bait. Because you got it's not. He got a good team, man. This is not. That's not a bad pickup. You know, like I tell him all the time because I think he was in the chat. He's the funniest person in the draft. He don't draft bad. He thinks he does, but he actually draft pretty darn good for himself.
Yeah, Detroit getting a blindside cover for his quarterback. I think that's huge. And then also for the run game. The NFC North, you guys already know there's a lot of defensive ends that are really, really good. And so by them doing this and bolstering their offensive line, I think they're going for that division win this year. And getting Casey got them in the right direction. Seattle CPU Marcus Peppers picked up Star Dove, 22 years old, 75 overall. Colts, your take?
I like this pick as well. I thought they were going to try to go receiver because we saw what they had to do last year. But they didn't. Carnell Tate was right there. I'm surprised he fell this far. But they take Marcus Peppers. I think that was also a great pick. Like I'm going to keep saying it because it's so true. I think that's a big key to winning is how quick can you get to the quarterback.
But you can't score.
I already like their offense even without the receivers. Week 18 they definitely impressed me. Caleb Williams was looking like the type of quarterback we thought he could be. So I understand not going receiver and deciding to go with somebody on the defensive line. So I'm gonna give that an A.
Coach?
I'm gonna be honest with you. If I'm him, I'm trading Caleb Williams. It's just me being honest. Because he has a wing T offense. He only has 3 wide receivers on this roster. And that's no knock to his playing style. If that's what he needs, I'm not going to have a 97. Well, it might work, but he has more stock in his run game than he do in his pass game, if that makes sense. And he has the most defensive linemen I've ever seen. He's the defensive lineman equivalent to Pittsburgh Steelers and linebacker. Like, good gracious. But like Coach said, it makes sense to have that pressure. You get what I'm saying? But I'm just looking at the overall picture. That's why I'm saying it's no criticism because he plays good, but I'm just saying, like, that's trade bait right there. You know, that's trade bait. You keep drafting, you got another running back, but it was CPU, correct?
Yeah, it was CPU.
Yeah, so like I said, I think he had drafted, and maybe if I'm wrong, if y'all think he was there drafting and he saw Carnell Tate, he would have cut Carnell Tate. Wouldn't y'all agree?
Yeah, I don't know. The offense that he runs, it's a lot more explosive than what we make it to see.
Yeah,
I know because I played him and I was not expecting the stuff that he was doing with those people. So that's how we ended up losing to him because we had no idea he was going to be throwing deep shots at tight ends that are not as good. What up, Snipes?
Doing the ace.
Snipes in the house. But
He's doing the ace.
That's the only reason why I see what he did. I think what he did was he set up his draft board and picked the best players that he wanted in the order that he wanted them. With Marcus Peppers being the top defensive end that he wanted.
Not a bad pickup, I'm telling y'all.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, me just looking at offense, but maybe I need to go back and watch the Seahawks play.
How's it going, Snipes? You feeling a lot better now? But yeah, Carnell Tate going to Houston, receiver, 21 years old, Star Dove. Colts?
I like this pick for the Texans too. They did just get a new head coach, so we might see a lot more moves going on. We did just see Tank Dell get shipped off, so I think this team is just trying to, build the way that they want to play, that he wants to coach. CJ Stroud showed some frustration after they just missed the playoffs when they lost to the Patriots. So you get him some help. And I can't believe Carnell Tate fell this far down. So that's a W in my eyes, and I'm giving that an
A. They still got Stroud, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, oh man, that's going to be a good combo. Coach, your thoughts?
everybody know I got disdain for the Texas because they asked my team in another league. But like I said, he has to update CJ Stroud. And if you ask to go watch this team play, it's pretty good. I'm very curious to see what this usually do with the Texans. I think Cardinal Tate with Donovan and KJ Hamler is pretty dangerous. I don't know what he's gonna do. He got a decent O line, so we'll see. Like I said, he got the good version of CJ Stroud. I got the Rudy Poo.
Yeah, I think this was a good pickup. He's gonna stretch the field for sure. 6'2". He's got speed with him too, so that makes it more explosive. I think the Texans finally make some noise in that division. As you saw, the Colts get younger. But just because they got younger doesn't mean they got worse. They got actually a little bit better on defense. So I expect the Texans to finally make some noise in that division. Going on to the Chargers and Desmond Ricks, cornerback, 21 years old, 78 star. What's your take on this one?
I like this pick too. If you looked at the mock drafts earlier in the year, Desmond Ricks was ranked the best cornerback. Obviously, D'Angelo Wallace went before him, but I like this pick for the Chargers. We've seen what he can do. We've seen some hints of what he can do. But I do think that he kind of did struggle defensively last year. His offense was what impressed me the most. So you get somebody like Desmond Ricks who can help you on defense, and fell all the way to 14. I'm giving that an A.
Coach?
No, it was a good pickup. Like everybody said, he probably just need more help on defense. Offense,
Hold on, you're getting staticky. Hold on. Your thing just froze. All right, so we're having technical issues with Coach Lyons' connection. I think it was a really good pick. I still think Cummings should have been the one taken before Ricks, but I mean, it's still a good pickup. You there?
Yeah, can you hear me?
There you go.
Yeah, no, I think it was a good pick because, like y'all said, his offense was struggling. Well, not his offense, his defense was struggling. I think it was a good pick.
All right, so Wayne McFarland, the next tackle taken from to Carolina, 21 years old, starred the Colts.
I like this pick because if you look at their team, I mean, this team is already a team that's built to win right now. This year, they should be back in the Super Bowl like they were in season 3 and season 4. So what you do is you just add more. You give Bryce Young, who was starting to ball out at the end of the last season, you get him some more help. You help Barkley out, and you give these receivers, more time to get open. So I like this pick, and I expect the Panthers not to only make the playoffs, but they have a legit shot at making the NFC Championship game.
Damn, you heard it here first. Coach?
I agree with him. Like I said, the Panthers, I played him last year. He beat me. That was smart for him to get that pick.
Yeah, I see the Saints still winning that division, but the Panthers could be a close second because the other two teams non-existent. Going on to Green Bay, you guys saw Jordan Love ball out last season. They didn't want to pay the man, and they go ahead and draft Malaki Nelson. Colts.
I just want to shout out Any Given Sunday because he predicted this. He predicted that Jordan Love was not going to resign and that Malachi Nelson would fall all the way to the Packers. So whoever's behind Any Given Sunday, You're a very smart, handsome man. So, but I'm gonna give this a I'm gonna give this an A+, and I'm also interested to see how much not having an X factor, Jordan Love is going to impact their offense. Because even though he didn't want to pay him, Jordan Love was definitely throwing some dots.
Coach.
I had an insider once. I'll show you. I wish I could show you the conversation me and Bands would happen. I said, "Well," I said, "I know who you getting," and he bust out laughing. So it was a good pick. I already knew because, like I said, he asked me how I like Nelson because I got him in another league, and I said he's legit.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be growing pains at least the first 5 weeks. But once he figures out how to use them, man, be careful. The Nelson Show is about to start in Green Bay.
And you know the funny thing about it is, OG, his throw power, him Arch got the same throw power. Like you look at their stat, it's the same throw power, like the same passer. I think Arch still throw better mid and deep than what he does.
Wow. Tampa Bay at pick 17 takes Marquis Hunt, wide receiver. Star development, 22 years old. Did you guys even scout this receiver or no?
I did.
No.
And honestly, I'll talk about it when we get to pick 19. This was the guy that I wanted to be on the Colts, but unfortunately, he didn't fall to pick 19. So that was a bummer. But for the Bucks, this is a great pick. They just got Tyreek Hill. They just got Jordan Love, and they get another playmaking, fast, super fast receiver. So I expect the Bucks to actually make some noise in that division.
When you
Something
say
we haven't seen in the past 2 seasons.
When you say super fast, how fast is he?
96.
God.
Yeah. That's who I wanted to go to the Colts, but he didn't fall. So I'm giving this pick an A+. And like I said, I expect this team to make some noise in that division.
Yo, Tampa Bay, get ready. Coach?
I didn't scout him, but looking at it, the only thing that really, well, it's comp, so I ain't worried about that. So he has all the great comp stats. He got his speed 96, acceleration 97, change the rest at 90, jumping 87. That's a good pick. 86 foot, good pick.
Wow.
Great pick. Wow.
What a steal. What a steal. Good pickup by them. Mm-hmm. Pick number 18 went to the Bears. They went for cornerback Thomas Cummings, 21 years old, star dove. Colts, your thoughts?
I mean, obviously the Bears does a great job at scouting. If y'all watched the defensive when they were going over the draft, they wanted to try to keep some of those guys a secret. But this is a great pick, and if you know anything about the Bears, they do a great job at developing their cornerback. So I expect him to be an X factor. And then in the future we'll look back and say it's an even better pick. So I'm giving this an A.
Coach?
He already know what I'm gonna say. I like I said, it fits. The only knock on him is you gotta really work on his man coverage. Once you get man covered, he's straight. That's the only knock on him. But he has all the measurables. He got the height, he got the speed. He's a great comp player. Like him being 6'3", and look, his jumping even at 90. Good gracious, like his play rate, you want that to go up. He's gonna be decent. He's gonna be decent.
Yeah, we were talking on the show about the Legion of Boom that Seattle had when they went with Richard Sherman.
Yeah.
And this is kind of the mindset that we're going for now because there's a lot of tall ass receivers in the league. So our 6'1" cap that we had at cornerbacks has to get elevated. So the Bears this year drafted 3 cornerbacks. Count them, 3 6'3" corners with 90 speed, 90 plus acceleration. In the first 4 rounds. So we're looking at the sauce. The sauce is changing every season, and we're just adapting to the sauce of the month. So Thomas Cummings is going to be wearing Peanut Tillman's number 33, and he's going to be balling out for us. Deion Jenkins, cornerback, goes to Denver. 22 years old, star Dove, Colts.
All right, so this is what I was talking about. Obviously, the Colts were in a rebuild this year, so they sent out most of their older guys that were obviously talented, like Parsons and Jonathan Taylor and Anthony Richardson. But due to the rule, they couldn't trade Garrett right away. Had to wait to the regular season. So the Colts picked up the phone. They contacted the Broncos. The Broncos was really wanted Myles Garrett. So the Colts was like, "Hey, you picked our guy, and we can do the trade once the draft is over." We like him because he's 95 speed, but we have the +3, so it'll be 98 speed. Helps our secondary. I think we're gonna have one of the best secondaries in the league. So I like this pick for the Broncos, but it's really for us. I give me a B+.
Coach?
So hold on, he made the trade. He made this pick for you.
Yeah, he made this pick for me.
No comment. Hey, the GM, hey, he learned from the best. He learned from the best. Good pick.
All right, next player, Guy Flanagan, Baltimore. Corner, 23 years old, star Dove, Colts.
I like this pick, but I mean, based off his, didn't he just look? Because he already drafted like a left end, and I'm not going to try to pronounce his name. I would probably expect him to go wide receiver, but he went defense again. He just got Jared Alexander. He has Kyle Hamilton, so getting Flanagan, that secondary is going to be really good this year too. So that's another great pick by him. He knows what he's doing.
Damn, Alexander went to them, huh? Coach?
Like Coach said, I'm gonna echo it, and like I said, the young man knows what he's doing. Like, just talk. Dang, I sound old. But all this, he knows what he's doing, because me and him were talking. He was DMing, and he understands how to work the draft, so he got a plan.
Yeah, I didn't do much scouting on that corner. I didn't even know he had Alexander, to be honest. Like, that's wow. This guy is stacking up over there. The things that the old Rams. Huh?
Yeah, he picked up Jair late. He made that trade late, I want to say. Am I right, Coach? It was right before the deadline.
It was like right before the draft.
Yeah,
before the draft trade deadline.
And it was a good trade. I couldn't deny it. It was him and Green Bay. It made sense.
All right, going to Philly. Crisscross, good name. Strong safety, 21 years old, normal dev though. I didn't even peep this guy out at all.
Yeah, I didn't peep him out at all either. But they just gave the bag to J.C. Horn, who's the X Factor. They got Jalen Ramsey. So it looks like they're just still trying to help out that secondary. Don't think it's a bad pick. We saw the Eagles make the playoffs last year, but unfortunately, we know what happened. In that division, I haven't seen a new user, but obviously I said the Cowboys. In my opinion, I think the Cowboys is winning that division. But depending on the Eagles user, I think they have a good chance too.
Coach?
I like Coach said, I like the pick. I'm interested to see, like, I would tell you one thing about him. The Eagles use. I think I told OG this earlier. I like him because I like people who ask a whole bunch of questions. It's not stupid questions, good questions. And you could tell he really invested in fixing that team. You know, he pointed out an issue like, we ain't gonna talk about on the air, but he pointed out an issue with it. And he don't go out, he don't do nothing unless he try to find a solution first, then he asks a question. So I'm curious to see how he plays because it's a lot of method to his madness. I would say that. And he got a mess to clean up.
Yeah, talking about that bag that he gave J.C. Horn, that might be the reason why he's in the predicament. We'll have to review that and see if that's the case, and we can't fix anything. But because money management is number one. You guys got to be able to control your finances. If not, end up in situations. So we'll review that after this show. Minnesota taking cornerback Brandon Williams, 21 years old, star dove. Damn. Colts.
I like this pick for the Vikings. I got to talk to the Vikings because we did the Taylor trade. His focus is defense. That's his focus that he told me. I mean, his offense was already one of the best last year, and they just got Jonathan Taylor. So, I mean, the offense is set. So drafting a cornerback to help your defense, that's a great pick.
Coach?
I think like that was the biggest knock on him was the defense, correct?
Yep.
Like we love everything he did offensively, but it was the defense. So I think that was a smart pick for him moving forward, especially in that division. So you gotta be able to play some defense. You know, you got a high power Bears and Packers team, you know, like, and then the Lions. Now, you got to play football in that conference. That's why I keep on telling you, there's no slouch. Y'all had two teams. Y'all had, two in the playoffs last year, didn't you?
Yeah, 2 in the playoffs.
Yeah, so it's like I said, it's no slouch. You know, that NFC North, they put up some numbers. And now you got the Packers, he getting his groove. Bears, when he want to play, he get ugly. So I'm curious about that division this year.
Yeah, we had 3 teams in the NFC North that went and threw the ball for over 3,800 yards in the season. The other 2 teams have 4,000 plus yards. So it's a very, very competitive, high-powered offense in that division. So that's a good pickup by the Vikings. Washington, PC took Tavares Ross, cornerback, 22, star dove. I was kind of surprised that he lasted that long.
Yeah, I was surprised too. So I think that's a W for the Commanders. I don't think that their problem was defense that much last year. I think it's just quarterback play. If Malachi Nelson would have fell this far, I would have took him, but he wasn't there. So I think this is a pretty good pick.
Coach?
It's a good pick if we are going based off the users from last year. I would not have been shocked if Dante Moore would have got picked, but I think the computers took the need, you know. So I'm not mad at it. It's the computer, it's CPU. CPU don't go off need. They ain't don't go off you know, what you think they need. It's don't go off need. So that's the only thing when we do get a user we're actively recruiting for. I think they're set up for a good team. I would have replaced Sam Howell. That's just me.
Yeah, I don't think Sam Howell's the answer there, but he did work with him. So potentially the new user that we do find can do some work with them. KC, David Horn, defensive tackle, 22 years old, star dove. I think this was a PC that picked up from or this draft board, but I didn't see him active at all.
I like this pick too. I mean, obviously you can improve on a lot of things. You can always look to improve, but generating pressure, That, like I keep saying, that's number one for me. If you can, how fast you can get to the quarterback. We already seen what they can do. When they first entered to the league, we're really proud of what they can do. They had some few hiccups last 2 seasons that they've been here. It was a quick one and out. This year, I expect him to take it to another level, and David Horn is definitely going to help with that.
Coach.
For him, I like the pick. He's another one. You know, his offense is nasty. It's just the defense. That's what a lot of people been giving him nats for. But he could play. It was a good pickup for him. And because I think, if I'm not mistaken, Chris Jones is gone.
Correct.
Yeah. So you had to replace him. So that's a good pick. Great pickup for him. So I like it. I'll give it a B.
Baltimore again. Colton Perry, tight end. How in the world did this guy end up at 25? Colts.
Yeah, this is a great pick. Shout out Any Given Sunday. I mean, he had the Ravens taking a tight end here. He was mocked then, but the Ravens did get a tight end here. So, hey, shout out him. But the surprising thing for me is it's not this Ravens user's fault, but the Ravens did re-sign Mark Andrews last season. I was surprised about that. But they get a great tight end here. So if you looked at who was on the block, Mark Andrews is on the block now.
Coach.
Great pick, but you know the only bad thing about it is that Mark Andrews, even though he got him on the block, that financial hit probably would be nasty. I thought Colton was probably one of the best players left out there. I thought he was gonna walk, but we started talking too much. He got he got taken. But like I said, it was a good pick. Great pick.
Yeah, I was surprised to see him fall all the way to 25th. I was actually hoping he would fall to 30 so I can take him. But Baltimore jumped all over that. Got a good tight end of the future. Philly took Matthew Underwood, defensive tackle, normal dev. What's your guys' thoughts on that one?
Did he actually, was he there for the draft or no?
Philly? No, I don't think so.
So CPU probably just drafted off needs. Like I said, their secondary is pretty good, and they just drafted a safety. So it looks like their focus was defense. I'm not mad at this pick at all. So,
Coach?
No, I'm not mad at it. I think it was a good pickup. We'll see what he does with him. But just depending on, because I don't know. Like I said, Philly, that's defense, that's D line you over there. So he must have lost. Yeah, he did.
I think he traded away his D tackle.
He did, because all he got Jordan Davis. Yeah, he let what's the car go?
Yeah, he traded a whole bunch of players out.
Wow.
All right, so Cincinnati at 27 takes Alex Lauderdale, free safety, 22 years old, star dove.
I love this pick for them. I mean, their secondary was already nasty with their cornerbacks and their let me look. Yeah, their cornerbacks were already nice. A whole bunch of superstars, and then they have Daxton Hill, superstar, at safety. So you get Alex, a free safety. Hope that you can develop him pretty quick, and that might be the second best secondary in the league behind the Titans. Titans best secondary in the league. But I wanted them to go defensive line here. But I wasn't really sure who was available. You get Alex. That's a great pick in my opinion.
Coach.
I don't think he really could have got what he really needed because, like I said, it was not that. It was not a good linebacker-driven draft, and I think he needed D-line and linebackers, if I'm not mistaken, right? Because his secondary is pretty good.
Secondary is very good.
Yeah, y'all know what I mean by that. But it looked like he had decent. Obviously, I see he might have fixed something. Yeah, so it's not a bad pickup.
The one that
He
is
needed a free. Yeah.
Yeah, I see that one being an okay pickup. Could have taken somebody else, but if he's trying to promote the next man up and try to trade his current safety out, I mean, it makes a lot of sense then. The one that really doesn't make sense again is the New York Giants CPU. Johnny Pippen, middle or outside linebacker, 23 years old, another normal. So I think that's 2 out of 3. 2 out of 3 that hit normal on the first round.
Yeah, this is a bad pick. This is a terrible pick. 61 overall. I think he probably set his board wrong.
Yeah. That's
because
all.
this is probably one of the biggest flops I've ever seen. I'm not gonna lie.
I said they had a big flop.
Bro definitely did get surprised with a bag that he was gonna get. He wasn't expecting this big of a bag. So props to him and his family to be able to provide for them. But
we thought Daniel Jones and Garoppolo robbed the franchises. Man, this guy, woo-wee.
The best part was seeing what the Giants said when he looked at his roster.
What do you say?
He said, "Great job, CPU." That's all.
Next team on the board is the Saints, taking wide receiver Barry and Brown, 22 years old, started Dove.
I love this pick as well. About time. Well, I don't mean that in a disrespectful way. But about time they get another receiver other than Olave. Get another receiver next to Olave is my. I'm going to compare that to the Steelers getting another receiver next to George Pickens. I think Olave is one of the best receivers in the league. I think Brown can definitely be a superstar in like a season or well. I'm not sure how breakouts are going to go, but a season or two. Cade Klubnik just led this team to the NFC Championship game. You get better offensively. I think that's a huge W.
Coach?
No, I like it for him. You know, if you watch him play, I think that's a very huge pickup. It's just like Coach said, you know, what any given Sunday say, I think you wanted to see him get one more weapon, just like you wanted to see when Pickens got another weapon. It helps, you know, it helps spread the field. So, you know, as long as they don't act like the crazy Bills coach and get weapons but don't use them.
Yeah.
I think he'll be all right.
Yeah, I see this as a good pickup next to Olave. That's going to be a crazy offense now. So that just bolsters them from being in the what divisional round to potentially being able to make it to the championship now.
Oh no, yeah. They made it to the championship.
Yeah. To the Super Bowl then. My fault. Pick 30, Chicago takes Dylan Edwards, running back, 21 years old, star. What's your guys' thoughts?
I think this trade, I mean, I already said it at the end of last year, the Bears would make the playoffs. But this trade right here, this is disgusting. I'm not gonna lie. I think this is I'm surprised because this is the best constructed roster I've ever seen.
Yes.
Like from season 3, like we've seen this team really become a contender. They're ranked 90 overall right now. Like what are we witnessing right now? I think the Bears can make the playoffs, and honestly, bro, If the Bears can get in the lab, hot take, hot take, hot take, hot take. The Bears can make the Super Bowl.
Coach.
I don't think that's a hot take. You see what? I think everybody think we get on here and we suck up to him. We don't do that here. we don't. We really don't. He gets more jokes than anybody. So I don't think y'all really understand how we are. But we don't keep it a real. It was one game he played. And I think me and him was it me? It was me, you, and Any Given Sunday in the chat when you played the Giants, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
And we was like, why you don't play like this all the time? So he could play. He know what he doing. When he just like anybody else. When he get frustrated, it's kind of you get what you get. But I did not want him, coach. You don't want him or coach to get this running back right here because it fits his style and what he want to do. And he got to sand the boys. I like the pickup, but it's gonna be if he gets it going. Like I said, if he gets it going, it's gonna be a long day. But he gotta play. He gotta make them draft decisions like that because he plays the Vikings. He plays the Packers. Detroit's not a slouch. Like his team, they're not slouches. So y'all gotta think about it like that. But it was like Coach said. Go look at his roster, man. He understands what he's doing and building.
Yeah, Dylan. I mean, I was still questioning that pick even at that point, because I do have Travis, and he was going to be my go-to guy. But after seeing Dylan fall down that far, I mean, the best available person coming up. So I knew I wasn't married to Travis. Like we were still trying to see if we can shop him or not, and we're still open to that shopping. But Dylan is going to be the day one starter. So can't wait to see what he brings up. The Rams take tackle David Presley, 22 years old, star dove at pick 31.
I like this pick too. I mean, we've seen what they did last year. As the number 7 seed, made it all the way to the Super Bowl. So you just get more protection here for Bo Nix, and Raheem Sanders, who was, in my opinion, last year's breakout star. Would definitely be up there with the top running backs again this year. So you give them both protection. They made a Super Bowl last year. I think I'm about to look. I believe that they're the ones who got Chris Jones. Yeah, they got Chris Jones. So, hey, they have a chance to run it back. I'm not sure, based off the rules, how their defense is going to work now. But they have a real chance at running it back and making the Super Bowl, and hopefully this time winning it.
Coach?
I'm a real life Ram fan, so anytime you say lineman, O-lineman, we need them in real life. So I'm going to applaud them and say that was smart. You know what I'm saying? I like the user. I like how he plays. I want to see him adapt to the one rule, but I do think he still will be okay. That's just me, being honest with you.
Yeah, I think his pressure's going to come through, but not as bad as it was coming through throughout the entire season.
Yeah.
And pick 32, Super Bowl champion Tennessee Titans. Coach Banky goes with Cordell Rose, offensive tackle, 22 years old, star dove.
That's just another great pick. We know that he's one of the best GMs in the league, if not the best. So great job in scouting, and you get more protection for the guy who's most likely going to take the snaps this year. I believe that Will Levis will get traded. So ULR might be the ones getting most of the snaps, and you want to protect him and let him get comfortable. I like this pick.
Coach?
Like in the draft show, I'll go ahead and tell you, well, not in the draft show, when we do the draft update even this year, we never talk about the linemen, the old linemen and stuff like that. We always let it slide because it's always gonna be the first round. Whoever got a first round grade, they don't be the ones who are worth picking. They just be honest with you. You may find a little gem every now and then, but it's really hard, especially for comp. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I think this was a good pickup. We saw the quarterbacks get a lot of pressure this postseason. Blitzes are coming from every single angle possible. And I think the Titans basically just wanted to solidify their O-line. So now let's see what this draft grades look like for all the teams. All right, so the best draft class went to the 49ers. Congratulations, Coach Dorr. Second best draft class, Green Bay Packers, Coach Bands. Third best, Texans. Wow, 76.5. Colts got number 4, 76.25. Dolphins got a 76 with the Seahawks. Wow, computer did better than freaking most of us. Broncos 75.5, Bengals 75.33, Chargers 75.33, Baltimore and Jacksonville both at 75. Saints got a 74.5, Raiders 74, Lions 73.67. It's kind of a weird number. Dallas Cowboys 73.5 with the Commanders. Buccaneers, Rams both at 73. Panthers at 72.5. Steelers at 20th with 72. And the Browns are tied. Bears got 71.75. Ass. KC got a 71.33 with the Eagles. The Jets got a 71.25. Giants 71.22. Tennessee 71. Patriots 70.5. 70.33 for the Bills. And 69.33 for the Vikings. Wow. Bills. Why are me and you at the bottom?
It's the algorithm.
Why are we doing these shows if we're at the bottom?
So that was the whole draft?
Yeah, that was the entire draft class.
Touche. I would tell everybody, touche.
I think we're going to have to get the expertise from the top 5 on our next episodes.
Don't get me started with bands. Bands don't lie. Dolphins did, like I said, so I would tell y'all this. Where we was at in the draft, I see where I got my grade because I did more of what I wanted. I got wants and needs. But some of y'all made, like, it was some good picks. And, like, most of the talent was wide receiver. Yeah, I did not need any wide receivers. Like, that was most of the high picks. But
let's check out the history of the league. All right, so year 1, Colts were the 3rd best in draft grades. Damn, what the fuck are the Bears? Bears are 22nd, and Bills are 23rd.
I ain't draft that year.
2024 season,
Look,
we had the Rams 1, the Bears 2. No, the 2023 was the NFL draft. So what we came in with. Damn, no Colts at all.
Yeah, I traded all my picks. Remember I kept trading my first and seconds and thirds.
2025 Patriots, Texans, Browns, or Patriots, Texans, Bears. No Colts again. Bills 26.
We're in the bottom in all of them.
And then this year we got hit in the freaking 20s.
I mean, you see what happened when I really do draft, though. When I don't trade my picks away, you see what I do, bro.
It's about time. So we'll have you on the show. But that's a breakdown for the draft grades this year. So congrats to the top 10. 49ers, Packers, Texans, Colts, Dolphins, Seahawks, Broncos, Bengals, Chargers, and Baltimore. And Jaguars.
We might send y'all a questionnaire asking what do y'all do when y'all look in the draft. And give y'all a spotlight.
All right, so you guys were going to talk about something else, right?
We go through real quick. So we got the top 10. We'll get with Bears to probably get you a graphic out. But I would read off everybody's top 10. You want me to do that, guys?
Yeah, it's fine.
I want to do mine too, but I want to talk about why.
So okay, so I'll do my. Well, I'll go first. Then Coach, you any given Sunday you go, and then OG you go. Okay.
All right, I forgot mine, so I didn't write them down.
I'll read it to you. You want me to read it to you when you're ready?
Yeah, we'll do it after.
All right. So mine, I went Tennessee. Of course, Tennessee don't be number one because he is the Super Bowl champ. We're basically playing in the Tennessee Titan Invitational every year in the playoffs. That was getting to a point where you look at. Kudos to the Rams and the Steelers for giving great games to them. That's no slouch to the Jets or the Colts. It's just they came ready to play with them. I think that's why the coach did what he did, but you got to respect that. Number 2, I got the Bengals. Right now, the Bengals, they have a very high-power offense. Of course, they're the first 2-time Madden cover athletes in the league history. And with Burrow and Jamar Chase, it could have been a 3-man cover because I want to say he led the league, the AFC, in passing and receiving and rushing. Am I correct? I think that is correct. Because he had like I said, West Scott was running all over the league too. Number 3, I put Kansas City. Of course, I put Kansas City right there. I got a lot of respect for that guy. I think he don't pick it up this year with the offense. Number 4, the 49ers. I like how the 49ers play, and I like how he how he drafted. He's somebody you got to watch. Number 5, I got Pittsburgh Steelers. The Steelers getting Micah is freaking nasty. Him, T.J. Watt, and I forgot the other linebacker, but Coach will probably tell you more about that. I got the Colts coming in next at 6. He got Arch Manning, and I think he's still to get the job done. So I'm really not, he may think he fell off, but I don't think he did. So don't take slack. I can see him being either 2 or 3 this year. Number 7 is the Packers. Of course, everybody know I always brag about Bands, but I think Bands is proven to everybody why I tell everybody he's somebody you got to respect. He just got to clean up when he get a little sloppy. He get a little too cocky and too confident, then he take his foot off the gas. And I think that's what happened to him in the playoffs. Number 8 is I got a very talented Vikings team. This guy, I think he got his defense going. Him getting Jonathan Taylor is disgusting. I think that was a very good trade for him. So we'll see what that does this year. Number 9, I got the Jets. The Jets have ran through our division. He owns that division. Everybody think I'd be joking or playing, but we had to play 10 times better if we want to dethrone the Jets. I think his offense is one of the top offense in OG right now. It's pretty nasty. Number 10, he coming in last, but I still respect his game. It's the Saints. I think what the Saints did this year to get to the NFC championship game and lose to a very talented Rams team, he didn't back down. He played football. He's a very talented user. I think him getting another receiver, that was pretty big for him. So that's my top 10. The sleeper pick for me is I'm going to pick the Ravens. I'm gonna pick the Ravens and I'm gonna put the Bears right there. The Ravens are my AFC and the Bears are my NFC. All right, go ahead, Coach.
All right. So number 1, I got the Titans, 2-time defending champs. If we want to be for real, they haven't lost. They have 4 losses last year, so they haven't lost in a while. So you got to give them their respect. Then I'm going to go with the team that played them in the Super Bowl, who gave them a run for their money, the Rams. This is a team that is not even supposed to be here right now. But they have a great head coach. They just got Chris Jones too. So I have to put them at 2. Number 3, the Bengals. This team, their only loss is to the Colts. If you think about it, they went 16-1 last year, and then they got bounced by the Colts. So there hasn't been a lot of teams to prove that they can beat them. They just got even better on the secondary. So I got them at 3. Then we're going to the 49ers. This is a team that I think kind of just choked a little bit. But I think that they're one of the best teams, if not the best team in the NFC. Obviously, I just had the Rams ahead of them, but I think they're pretty neck and neck. I think the 49ers are going to make the NFC Championship, and I think that he's good enough to make the Super Bowl. I'm not sure how he's going to perform in the playoffs, but I think this is the year where he makes it through. Then I got the Steelers. Just got Michael Parsons. We already know that they have one of the best receiving corps in the league after they got what's his name, Jackson Smith. You still have Najee, still have Artie. They did trade T.J. Watt for the draft pick, but they still have Tyree Wilson and Shamar Stewart. We saw them put Barrett Carter on the line in the playoffs. He had 3 sacks against the Titans, or 2.5 or something like that. So I'm really interested to see what they can do. They have the team now. There's no excuse. They match up well with the Titans. We've seen them put up a fight last season. Maybe that's the reason why the Titans went to get another offensive lineman. Maybe he had the Steelers in mind. But I have the Steelers at 5. 6, I got the Vikings. They were one of the best offensive teams last year. We talked about how they became a little bit predictable on offense, but if you get a guy like Jonathan Taylor, I don't care. We saw the Colts. Their offense is pretty predictable. They're giving it to Jonathan Taylor, but yet Jonathan Taylor was still getting them yards. I expect the same with the Vikings. Their offense might be predictable at times, but they got the receiving core, they got the quarterback, they got the running back to still score whether you know what they're going to do or not. Then I got the Saints. Made it to the NFC Championship game. I have to put them on this list. They shocked us all, beat the Packers. We already assumed that the Packers were going to at least make the NFC Championship game once we saw the matchups. But they surprised us all. Then I have the Packers at 8. They don't have Jordan Love this year, but their man defense is insane. If you look at their plus 20 attributes, they just plus 20 in another player for man coverage. So they plan on doing what they did last year, and I think that they'll be even better this year. At 9, I have the Chiefs. I kind of switched it around. I had the Jets first, but we'll talk about that. The Chiefs, I'm big on this guy. I continue to say I'm his biggest fan. I really do want him to take it to the next level. Unfortunately, he keeps playing tough teams in the playoffs, but that's what's going to happen. I think this year that he finally beats those teams. I think the Colts are out of the picture as I don't have them in the top 10. I see the Chiefs making some noise in the playoffs. My last pick is the Jets. I just put them on here. Part bias, but he also has won the division in the last 2 seasons. But unfortunately, once the playoffs comes around, he's not the same Jets, and that worries me a little bit. He did tell me that this year he's coming out for revenge, but let's be honest, we all say that.
I couldn't hold that shit in.
No disrespect though. I got the Jets at 10, and that's my list.
He had to throw that out there, didn't he? I take he's coming back for revenge, guys. Oh man.
Something wrong with him.
Oh.
It be guns.
Oh, man. He's gonna have a jet flying in front of the Jet Stadium. I'm coming back for revenge, guys.
We done.
Hey, so what's my picks?
Oh man, hold on. You got Tennessee number 1. You got Bengals number 2. You got Kansas City number 3. You have Pittsburgh number 4. Minnesota number 5. Jets number 6. 49 number 7. Colts 8. Packers 9. And the Bears 10.
Yeah, the only reason I put the Jets at 6, and not higher than that is because he's a good. Who can I transform his team to in real life? He's like the Dallas Cowboys.
Dak Prescott.
He's like the Dallas Cowboys. He can do fantastic in the regular season, but when it comes down to playoffs, this man, correct me if I'm wrong, but past 3 or 4 seasons, one and done in the playoffs, right?
Season 3, he beat the Bills in the game that the Bills quit.
Oh,
And then he lost
yes.
to the Titans.
But
Yeah.
after that, it was one and done.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he's like I said, he's a great regular season cat. But when it comes down to where it really matters, you're playing competition. Cancun has the receipts. So he could easily go from 6 to out of the picture next season, depending on how he performs this year. Like this is going to be the year that I give up on him, trying to say that he's going to go into the playoffs and win the Super Bowl. Kind of like the Colts are almost in the same boat, but at least they learn from their one and done, and are actually winning on the playoffs. So one of you guys has to take the Titans out. One of you.
Oh man, I got tears in my eyes.
Bro, that shit had me dying. The way he said it. He's coming back with revenge, guys. What? But yeah, that's pretty much it for the show. We should have something for you guys tomorrow. We're still trying to debate on what that is. If you guys haven't voted on the rules yet, please do so. Some of the rules that we posted on there, not all of them are going to get added. So just a heads up. We do have our current playbook on our rule book set in place. This was just to taste the flow of the league and see what they wanted to basically implement. So these are all basically just rules that we found from a different league. We're like, hey, you know what? Let's see what you guys think about those. Obviously, we're never going to take away Playmaker. That was just one of the rules that they had. But glad to see everybody here wants Playmaker because I cannot live without Playmaker.
Yeah.
But
we're gonna ask questions. Please post all ideas in the ideas chat. You don't gotta run the pro channel every time you see something that you don't like. You know, before we make a change, we will let y'all know. But we're gonna vote on things amongst the league office. What's best for the league. So we ain't gonna do nothing crazy. But we have to fix some like the X Factor thing. Like it's just too much right now. So yeah, I know it sucks. Look, my old team lost a bunch, so it is what it is. So ain't nobody trying to get by.
Yeah, I just picked up Justin Simmons on free agency. He lost his fucking shit. Man. If I would have known, if I would have read that crap, I would have never signed his ass, man. It is what it is.
Yeah.
But
and then like one more thing. So like even the draft thing, I saw some of y'all talking about the ones. That new rule goes in effect now. You cannot have more than 2 ones or 2 twos. That's the max. All right, that's in effect now. We cannot go back, and we'll take Bears for a minute. I cannot go back and see all the trades he made and say, "Hey, you gotta get that one back." Like, but that's not enough. We on the police stuff now. Make sure you trade Bear Outlaw. Please tell them the during the regular season the points, like the point limit with the trades, what they need to fall into. Right
Oh,
quick.
so all the trades have to be at a 350 point Neon Sports. We're also going to be taking into consideration age. So if you're trying to trade a 31-year-old for a couple 20-year-olds, that trade might not get approved moving forward. Just because that would never happen in real life. So a couple other things that are going to be hitting pretty soon. We just got to get with our commission team and figure out what they want to implement. But a lot of these crazy trades that have been happening, that's not going to happen next Madden. So what we're doing right now is we're gearing you guys up for the next Madden release. So that way we don't have bad habits, bad tendencies going into the new league. Because then a lot of you guys are going to be frustrated, be like, man, we did it this way in 24. Why are we switching up? So the way that we always do things is every season we either add, subtract rules, add, subtract store items, add, subtract X Factors, superstars. So moving forward, we're not going to be dishing out no more X Factors, superstars, period. Because that's what got us into this mess in the first place. We tried doing something different for you guys. It worked, but then it kind of overworked. So now pretty much everybody is looking like a mud team now.
Hey, before we close out, let Indian Sunday do his spiel right quick.
So in regards to your posting in the store, let us know exactly what it is that you're looking for.
All right, so basically, I just want you guys to DM me like ideas, like what's going on with your teams, maybe like rumors, what you're planning on doing, maybe trading a player, moving, what you're planning on doing in the next game. I don't really need a whole article. I'm not a fan of copying and pasting. I just want an idea. Literally just an idea could help me out because I want every team to be involved and I don't want it to be stale. So just want you guys to send me ideas.
All right, guys, and we did put everybody on notice. Any given Sunday is doing this on his free time. He works overnights, so when he gets home, he still has to go to boxing. So when he's done with his 16-hour shift, 18-hour shift after the boxing, he gets home and then he tries to lab. So throughout that entire time, there's no sleep involved yet.
You know, we got school.
And he's got school. So he finds moments in his day to basically do articles. If you guys do not want to help him out with giving him ideas, that's on you. But at the same time, we're not gonna have him keep coming back over here and trying to put out content for you guys if you guys are not willing to help. So we talked about it, and we decided that if this year doesn't get corrected, if you guys not hitting the emojis on his posts, if we're not seeing support, we're gonna cut him from the comp league, and then we're gonna put another writer in the sim league. The sim league right now is going crazy with the content. I think this is where the frustration is coming at, where he's like, man, they just kicked off that league over there, and these guys are posting way more than they are over here, and they're giving the writer over there more ideas to write. So this is why we're saying what we're saying now. Because the sim league, they're going above and beyond. There's how many articles a day do they post? About 15 more?
15, but no, I would say, I'm gonna be honest with you. It's eons better.
It's you gotta multiply it, honestly.
Yeah, it's eons better. Like you getting tweets, you getting in-depth stories by the user, and moving forward, yeah, and highlight moving forward, upgrades like and stuff like that. It's not gonna be based off. I heard somebody say, "Can they get some money?" No, the best money right now is gonna be content. You got Twitter, you got Instagram, you got articles to write. Please get with me, Procana, Any Given Sunday, Bears. We added that user in here. He's the Chargers in the Sim League. He's the Texans here, right?
Yeah.
Get with people like that. He is really good. So just take time. You know, like I said, I work crazy hour shifts and I get on here. Look, you tell I'm tired. I mess around shaving mustache off the other day. That's why I look crazy. But you know, just make time to do content. I need to do better at content for both of these because I've been backed up at work, but just make some time. Let's help the young fella out. But moving forward, everything will be driven off content, off the revenue stuff that we do for the store. Once me and once we sit down, because coach is part of that team too, because he's the analyst. Once we all sit down, we figure it out. We'll get it out to you. Please pay attention to the announcements. Stop pinging Bears for everything. You could ping Commish and let us go to him and let us interact. All right, that's what we want to do. So just make sure that y'all doing y'all part, because if OG come to us, OG or Outlaw or Outcast come to us and say, hey, we need to do something, we need to get it done. So that's how everything gonna work moving forward. I appreciate everything you're doing. That's how most things don't work. You know, Procana, he does what he does in the evening time, but he don't be here during the day some too. But please always reach out to me, Colts, Bears, Falcons, or the Browns. We're always here for you, okay?
Yeah, for main
But
commissioner ideas or whatever, hit up to your commissioners. So your commissioners are going to be the Browns and the Bills. Those two are the ones that you guys hit up. You guys don't hit me up anymore. I gave the reins to them to run this league. The reason for that is because I'm running the Sim League right now. I'm trying to get 2 people geared up to take over that league. Once that happens, July hits, college football comes out, I could put all my attention to that. So we'll have 3 leagues running pretty much the same from start to finish. There won't be any downgrade in content. It's basically like I'm running all 3 leagues. I oversee all 3. And at the end of the day, that's pretty much our brand that carries over. So don't expect that just because I'm not the main commissioner over here anymore that it's going to go downhill. I'll never let that happen. But we have a strong commish team that's running this one right now. And like I said, in about a month or 2, we're going to have a new commish team in the Sim League. And then by that time, it should be almost close to July. College football comes out, and then me and Outcast will go to that division. And I know we have, I think, over 18 people that said that they want to join. So we'll reach out to you guys, and hopefully they allow more than 10 teams per franchise. If not, we'll crack open 2 leagues and then run 2 leagues in college as well. So the 10 that don't make it in one, the other 10 make it on the other league. So there's a lot of ideas that are bouncing around with college football as well. Hopefully they do a 16-man league, so it could be like a good tournament type of deal. But like I said, it's all going to be played through ear. Once the info comes out in March, May, June for college football, we'll be able to get more in depth into that. But just know that the moves that we're making is because we want to make sure that going to 25, whatever the game's going to be called, we want it to be efficient and rolling the way it is, especially with all you guys that have taken the time, the sweat, the tears, the ass whoopings, the harsh losses in the playoffs. You guys continue for more. So we appreciate you guys for the support, the loyalty, and just know that everything that we do is for you guys. Like we're trying to change it up, make it a better house for you. So you can invite your friends that are really good. Hey, you know what? More competition. And who knows, we might be able to open up a 3rd league if somebody basically gets their stuff together, can be a commissioner, runs my third league. I mean, by all means, the more the merrier. Colts, any last words? Bills, any last words?
No, you said everything.
I got some last words. I'm coming back for revenge. I'm coming back for revenge.
Just don't get bounced out.
Nah, for real, we got low expectations, but we'll see.
All right, guys. So this is episode 6. Thank you guys for your viewership. If you guys watched it live, please make sure to hit that like button. If you guys are watching while this has already been done, completed, please hit that like button, share it, let other people see it on Twitter, spread the word. Let's get us some more followers, subscribers. I mean, and we're doing this on all 3 platforms now. So we're going live on YouTube, Twitch, and Kick all at the same time, so that we can attract more eyes and potentially more users. So thank you guys all for tuning in. We will catch you tomorrow for the next episode. Until then, deuces.